All right. You see, I'm going to show you this screen now. So later you go and Google, because for, Google Meet is also not a place where I can send you the notes, right now. So you cannot annotate on my screen. You cannot receive notes from me. You cannot send me private message. Yeah, so you have to go and download this yourself. Otherwise, you can reach out to me via WhatsApp. I will send one to you. So what are you learning here? This document is very useful. Not many parents download for their children, but I will advise you, right? Go to Google. You just go to Google and then you type in something like this. So you go to Google, yeah, science syllabus, lower secondary. Click on this. You can go into, or you can get into this particular document. Scroll down, look through all this. These are not so important. Not say that they are not important, but they are important to the teachers. However, the one that you should be looking at, right, is actually over here. Okay. Right, you can look at all these. These are the various values, ethics, attitudes of students, of scientists. Now, then, okay, Caleb is here again. You refer to this particular page. Scroll down, you see this document is 56 pages, but you only look at the content part. Okay, can you see the content here? Now, if you look at the Sec 1 textbook, you have the first chapter, Scientific Endeavours. Then we go on to topic 2, 3, 4, where you are going through this theme on diversity. Okay, so if you have time, flip through your textbook, you are going to see that, okay, you have something familiar staring at you. Okay, so like physical properties of matter. We studied matter last year. Sorry, not last year. We studied matter in P4. In P3, you also study about the different classification of the materials, isn't it? Correct or not? So you classify, maybe things made of wood, etc. So you're going to revisit all this once more. Okay, chapter 3, you are studying something deeper, chemical composition of matter. Now, this one is going to have extra information given to you. Okay, so it's building on what you have learned in primary school. You are further studying more in-depth content on each topic. Chapter 4 is something very, very unfamiliar to you. Okay, and this chapter 4, right, students tend to struggle a little bit. Then when we talk about chapter 5, lights, yay, you all are familiar with lights, you will like it. Okay, but you have extra things to study now, and you need to draw diagrams and so on. Not as easy as you think it is, but it is manageable, okay, if you have consistent practice. Models of cell, you have learned already the cell parts. You are going in depth into it. So this part here, chapter 7, is something that you will not be familiar with. Chapter 8 also, you are not familiar. So 4, 7, and 8 will be entirely new content. They are quite difficult. Okay, the rest you have learned before, you are just adding on more knowledge. Even in scientific endeavors, you know things like variables, you have learned all this. Okay, you know how to carry out experiment. Okay, of course, there are certain things added to it. Later on, you will see. In Sec 2, you will be learning topics like this, 9 to 16, all right, where you cover forces, heat, chemical changes is new. Interaction is like the habitat, all these kind of questions, right? Then electricity, you know, digestive system, you know, all have added content. Transport system in living things, you already know this as well, right? And then reproduction. Okay, all the topics here except for, let's say, this chapter 11. The rest, you do have some idea, but the content is a lot bigger than before. Any question you have so far about the lower secondary science? Yes or no? No question, huh? Now, if you are still in the honeymoon period, children, I can tell you, don't stay in the honeymoon zone for too long. You have 9 subjects to cope with. Okay, Raha? I can see you change to black and white now. Yeah, so don't stay in the comfort zone for too long, because 9 subjects, what does it mean? I have many students. 9 subjects, 9 subjects, 9 subjects. 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 9 subjects, 9 subj Okay, you know I teach from P5 to Sec 2 last year, right? This year I'm teaching P4 all the way to Sec 2. Yeah, so I'm teaching somebody's sibling also. Yeah, the somebody's sibling is also in my class. Right not? You know what? You know what I mean, right? Okay. Yes. Yes, that's right, Jakai. Your brother is in my class. Jejin. Okay. Where was I? Okay. So my Sec 2 students, those who actually join, there are some new students who joined me. There are some students who joined me at the end of Sec 1. And then they told me they are struggling. So they need help. Okay. So why did they end up like that? It's because total 9 subjects to handle, right or not? So throughout the year, play, 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 play. Chapter 1 in school, you will think that it's so easy. Oh, talk about scientists' attitudes and so on. There are students who don't even study. They don't even pay attention. So this will drag on to the next chapter because you think that quite easy, but I've learned in primary school just a little bit more in depth. Then you will you'll continue to play, play, play. Then come to the third topic. It's still quite easy. Then when they come to the fourth one, right, they realize that, okay, they missed all 3 chapters already. Chapter 4 is so difficult, they struggle to catch up. So 4 chapters is half the entire content of Sec 1. Okay, when you don't cope well for the first 4 chapters, you continue to struggle for 5, 6, 7, and 8. 7 and 8, very, very difficult. Yeah. So think about it. If you want to do well, children, one way, okay, I'm not saying that you must sign up 88 tuition tutorial, then you can do well. No such thing. If you are very, very responsible, very, very diligent, you know how to plan your timetable well. Okay, you must make sure every time your teacher covers certain concept, go home and revise 9 subjects. Okay, all 9 subjects. Don't tell yourself when exam come, then I study. No such thing because you're not going to do well. Okay, a lot of my Sec 2 students, a lot of the Sec 2 students, last year they joined me at the end of Sec 1. They have so many topics for me to cover with them. Okay, I managed to help them from fail. Okay, they got like 60 over marks. Okay, 65 marks is a B3. All right. So the point is, if you are consistent in your studies, if you do your own revision regularly, you will do fine. Sec 1 is the year. Listen very, very carefully. Sec 1 is the year, children. You must score A1. What is A1? Anybody knows? Anybody knows what's A1? Type in for me. Brian got camp next week. 75 marks and above. Very good, Janelle. So you went to check. Wow, Janelle, you set target already, right? Do you? Fantastic. Okay, so A1 is 75 marks and above. All right. Now, I ask you, what is AL1? You all still recall AL1? Who can forget, right? Okay, primary school, AL1, 90 marks. This is terrible, isn't it? Okay, then AL2, 85 to 89, right? Yeah, AL3, 80 to 84. AL4, well, I like this, man. You all can tell me all the score. Yeah, can you see? If you score 75 and above, right? Yeah, you actually only achieve AL4. Can you see that? So if you are scoring like AL4, AL3 for science, you're already A1 in secondary school, children. Feel better now, huh? Yeah, really is true. Okay, so I always look at the AL scoring and I thought it is really not fair because the range is so narrow, up to 90, then you can get your 1 point. All right, so this is 70 to 74. B3, 65 to 69. B4, 60 to 64. C5, 55 to 59, C6, 50 to 54. So all these scores you pass. Okay, D7 is you fail already. So this is 45 to 49. Of course, you have E8, yeah, 40 to 44, and then anything below that is F9, F9. All right, so it's A1 all the way F9. So children, okay, we are not supposed to even consider this, okay? Yeah, not even here. All right, so first assessment, okay, not even here. WA1, you are supposed to minimum score a B4, everybody. Yeah, minimum, because you are still trying to adjust. Second assessment, you should be getting A2 already. And end of the year, also, you have to score A1. Sec1 is the year which is the most easy to score. All your subjects, and I'm saying all your subjects, you can aim for A1 or A2. Clear? Yes or no? In Sec 2, it is going to be tough. Now, Sec 1 work, please don't think that, oh, Sec 1, I can play lah. Sec 2 is streaming year. Sec 2, then I work hard. You're going to regret. Because Sec 2 streaming for science, right? Okay, you are tested, okay, on Sec 1 plus Sec 2 science topics. So whatever you learn this year, it will be tested again in Sec 2 final year exam. Remember, you are going through streaming. What is streaming? Streaming means in Sec 3, you get to study those subjects that you choose to study. So if you want to do pure sciences, okay, now we are not just talking about 4 subjects. You've got pure sciences, your geography, combined humanities, literature, all this. If you want to be able to be in the best class, make sure your Sec 1 and Sec 2 science topics, you can master it well. Clear or not? Okay, I'm telling you in detail why, because I know some of you today is your last lesson right now. Don't know whether you are going to renew. Hopefully you renew, because the more you are consistent in your science, okay, my students will tell you, those who attended my Sec 1 right from the beginning, they never had difficulty at the end of the year. Okay, they don't have to spend so much time to study science. Why? Because they are always practicing throughout. Clear or not? Okay, and then Sec 2, it will be easier for you. So you manage your Sec 1 topics well, Sec 2 will be easier. Clear or not? Otherwise, in Sec 2, you are studying 16 topics. You will cry. Okay, you will cry. Now, okay, so come back to this. Let's start our lesson proper. I took 20 minutes to tell you about secondary school. Okay, so you have to listen to what Miss Day say. Be I see you or not from next week onwards. Those of you who are having your last lesson today, right? Okay, be it you join or don't join, I wish you all the best. Okay, those who are not joining me next week onwards, I still welcome you back. Okay? Yeah. So I want all of you to do well, because all of you are capable. Now, your teacher will be going through all this, okay, tell you what is science. So this chapter, you're going to explore what scientists do, okay, what are the things in the science lab, what are the lab rules, what are the danger symbols, and so on. I will zoom in on those things that will be tested. Your teacher will probably be talking to you about scientists like Einstein, all this, I'm not going to do that. Otherwise, I will also fall asleep talking about it, okay? Now, science is generally what? The systematic study of nature and then how it affects us and the environment. Will people ask you this question? What is science? No, not tested in the exam. But you roughly got to know why you study science for. Okay, now attitudes of scientists. Yes, this is tested. So you must know, okay, in general, it is not difficult. So everything that is positive will be the attitudes we want in scientists. All right, so later, if you have done your worksheet, right, you understand what I mean. There are certain questions that will ask you which of the following is not an attitude. It's not a favorite or desired attitude in scientists. You can identify quite easily, because it will be something negative. So when you carry out scientific inquiry, okay, as scientists, right, this is what we must practice. When you are studying science, you are considered a scientist already, because you do experiment, you do research, and so on. Okay, curiosity is important because you must want to find out things. Okay, objectivity. Now, objectivity is one thing that is crucial for scientists to follow. So they are not biased, they are objective, they follow rules. They are